Prince reject him? Harry's gamble in cutting off UK. Will Charles erase all Sussexes titles? Prince Harry has officially listed his primary residence as the United States on legal documents,
Yeah, of course. Yes,
effectively
it was great.
renouncing his right to
Nyanga
reside in the
was
UK.
amazing. I mean,
How
I think
smoothly will this
everyone-
transition go for him? Join me as we explore the situation, and welcome back to the Royal News 365 YouTube channel. As we know, since Meghan entered his life, Harry has left behind his family and country. My perspective is that no matter where we are born and raised, we should remain connected to our roots. It is essential to appreciate the place that nurtured us, wouldn't you agree? Now let's dive into some details. In his first speech since Catherine revealed her cancer diagnosis, Harry addressed Travelist's annual general meeting. Travelist is a sustainable tourism organization founded by Harry in 2019 and based in London. Yet, during his recent speech, Harry officially declared the United States as his new home country, a clear indication that he no longer values his ties to his family or his homeland, England. I would argue that if Harry gives up his UK residence, he should also relinquish any titles he holds related to his homeland. However, as far as we know, he has not taken that step. Instead, he is asserting that the United States is now his primary residence, a move likely influenced by Meghan's desire for status and wealth. The decision to switch his primary residence does not equate to renouncing his UK citizenship, but simply indicates his primary residence has shifted. Yet what good is this change when, in the past, he was evicted from Frogmore Cottage, a wedding gift from the late Queen? The British prince likely felt humiliated by the expulsion, unable to regain his standing. This announcement of a new residence may even be seen as an affront to his displacement from England. Was the paperwork filled out by Harry himself, or did an assistant handle the task? Perhaps an aide simply noted his American address, as that is where he resides, while also recognizing the distinction between residency and citizenship. It is possible he was instructed to designate the US as his residence because he no longer has a home in the UK. Harry may struggle to admit that while his heart may remain tied to England, it is no longer his home. But changing his residence will put Harry in more trouble than ever. Anticipora's Post recently posted a Newsweek article about this. Look for Prince Harry changes country of residence from UK to US. What privileges will he lose? The issue that needs to be mentioned here is probably the tax issue. Harry will face difficulty paying taxes when declaring his new residence in the United States. I followed up by pondering on whether or not this is an indication of his immigration status, but declaring permanent residency in the US takes a whole lot more than this. Harry literally cannot have his father just wave the scepter and declare him a US citizen. Maybe Harry's making these moves to gain sympathy from the US so his Netflix stuff gets a boost and does well. If this thing with Netflix flops again, they are done. Nobody is going to risk their money on them anymore. Moreover, the UK does not want him back. However, he has lived in the US for nearly 5 years. It's not a surprise that he calls it his permanent residence. He has no home in the UK ever since Frogmore was revoked. He and any alleged children should be completely removed from Los Angeles. That's something Britain should be happy about because Harry and his narcissistic wife won't be bothering them anymore. Because Britain is fed up with what fake couple Harry and Meghan do. Do you remember the time he met King Charles, his reverend father, and that was only for a few minutes? Harry has already gotten near the king for a few minutes, and Father King ignored him. Harry goes back, and the hated British media will do their bidding even while Harry insults them. Meghan and the children will be in danger, and she will be stuck. The strange thing is that the media noise of reconciliation will be even louder. I think this is one of those things that we shouldn't wish for. Harkles being brought back to the UK will not silence them. It will make things worse. On the other hand, those in the royal family will probably be relieved that Harry can no longer bother them. For example, Princess Charlotte wakes up Thursday morning, refreshed and ready to go to school. Before breakfast, she fires up her computer to Zoom her uncle, who is 2 spots below her in the line of succession. He answers immediately, despite it being nighttime in America. Her Royal Highness is surprised at this before she remembers her aunt by law is a vampire. Before Harry can speak, she blurts out, "You're not coming back to Britain," and then ends the call. She then continues getting ready for school, happy to have put her deadbeat uncle in his place. She is looking forward to this weekend when her grandfather is letting her look at the royal jewel so she can reserve pieces for when she comes of age. Naturally, she will choose pieces worn by her look-alike paternal grandmother. Meanwhile, in California, fake couple Harry and Meghan is seething. Or another example, Her Royal Highness Princess Charlotte of Wales' computer starts ringing. It's her uncle, who is now 2 places in Los Angeles below where he was at birth. She answers, hoping this will be quick, as she has to go to school. She cannot hire someone to cheat for her like her uncle did as a teen. She has too much integrity for that. Also, a much higher IQ. Charlotte, I need to speak to you. I can't talk now, Harry. Planning a trip to Althorpe to try on the Spencer tiara after school. But her paternal aunt, Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal, looks on approvingly at the little girl who will succeed her. In short, if they go back to Britain, they will have an easier time propping themselves up as royals and an easier time harassing the working royals. We will never be rid of them if that happens. They stay in California, and they will need to fight for attention with all the other celebrities. The royal family will not be harassed by them. They will continue to ignore them. They are not working royals. They can't prop themselves up as royals. No one in the royal family wants one thing to do with them. Those bridges have been burned. They don't fit in the celebrity world either, but too bad for them. They have created all of these problems themselves. I know they are not working royals. I was referring to the actual working royals with that term. The Harkles have been a nuisance to the British royal family, all the while living over here in the USA. It is just my opinion, but I think they will be worse if they are over there. The British media will play into their hands. I want the Harkles to fade into irrelevance. That will happen sooner or later. I think it will happen sooner if they stay out of the UK. But wait a minute, I suddenly realized a job like this. As far as I know about the law in the US, I assure you that your residence can't simply be declared or claimed based on your personal feelings. If not, all those people on our southern border could simply declare they feel in their hearts that the USA is their home now. It doesn't work that way. Of course, this can be his domicile, meaning the place he presently lives, but not his permanent residence for census and voting. I fully believe this is his attempt at avoiding payment for the legal fees owed in his security battle. Nothing left in the UK makes it harder to recover. And finally, I just want to say, it was not easy for him to become a naturalized citizen in the US. Would he be able to become a US citizen this fast if he didn't get preferential treatment? I don't know what the average waiting period is for people married to Americans, but I know several people who had to wait at least 6 to 7 years for citizenship. I would also offer Harry some advice. He should be more humble and set aside his pride before it's too late. He should strive to honor England, the country where he was born and raised. One cannot leave their homeland to live in another country indefinitely without losing touch with the place that nurtured them. Wouldn't you agree? The video has gone on for quite some time, so I should wrap it up here. I hope the information I've shared today has been helpful. I would also welcome hearing your perspectives, as your thoughts contribute significantly to our discussions and help us explore different viewpoints. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos on Royal News 365 channel. Take care and goodbye for now.